I basically left the house with the clothes on my back and a suitcase and nothing else. And I felt really, I guess I felt I was really kind of stupid because I was turning my back on everything I had known, a wife, children, all kinds of friends, and I had to create a new life. But as painful as it was, I made a decision that I didn't want to wake up one day and be the age I am now, not having lived the way I should have lived.
I always say that if I had had context and language, I would have come out at birth. But growing up in a small blue-collar town in Massachusetts, that wasn't about to happen. But like probably everybody's stories, multiple comings out, you know, knowing that I was attracted to girls at a very early age, but also knowing somehow that was wrong. Had a girlfriend in high school. We thought we were the only ones in the world.
I came out when I was 25. I worked at a bank for 6 years from when I was 19 till I was 25, and I knew I had to leave the small town, get out, get another job, and come out, because I knew, I'm getting emotional, sorry. But, so yeah, I went to Mass Mutual, and I met my first real-life gay person, and I was like, hallelujah. So, I don't know why this is happening. So I came out to her, and within like a week, I came out to everybody. I got a tattoo of the lesbian symbol. Like, I was just like out, and I had really good reception from everyone. I've never really felt looked down upon or less than or anything. I really lucked out with meeting my future wife right here. We're getting married next June. Congratulations. Life is good.
So I came out when I was 14 years old. I was a freshman, and I came out kind of person by person, one at a time, picking and choosing who I felt I could trust at the time. But I think the most important to me and the most significant was when I came out to my mom.
My parents, you know, loved me unconditionally, and I think that's what I got out of it. And then I look at my parents' relationship, and I say, that is what I want. Mm-hmm. They're friends. I've never heard my parents argue or fight. And I said, that's what I strive for. And looking at their relationship and looking at my relationship with my partner now, I'm like, oh my God, it's what I have. You know, it's the way my mother with my father, I'm like, oh my God, that's Ro, that's how I treat her. I'm like, I have that. So I'm very, very fortunate to have that. It's just very freeing to be me.
Then we started to have the next conversation, which was not everyone's okay with gay. So there's some people who we talk about this to and some people who we don't. You know, rainbow, we know we talk to the rainbow people. Other people, we just don't talk to other people. And Grandpa is one of those people who we just don't have this conversation with ever. We just don't say this to Grandpa. But he was being raised by me, which is, you know, we use our voice, we talk. If anyone knows me, I don't shut up. If I believe it, you need to know what I believe, and you should believe it also. So I'm raising this child in this truth, also telling him that we have secrets that we don't share with family members who we love. And he knew this was wrong. And there was one day, so he was out with my father, spending his grandpa daytime, and I was home with a girlfriend. We were just hanging out, and my father brought Joseph home. Joseph came running inside and said, "Mom, don't worry. Grandpa's okay with gay. It's okay." At which point Michelle said, "I'm gonna leave now." And she got up and walked out. And my father came in, and we sat down, and his grandson, who he loves more than life itself, asked him if he would still love his mother if she was gay.
Wow.
Wow.
And she said, "Oh, honey, it's a stage." And so we did this game every couple of years. And it wasn't until I was in my 20s that I brought home the man who would ultimately be my spouse. And it was in that moment, I think, that it became really real for her. Because now it wasn't just theoretical. Now it was, you know, okay, here's another man, and they do stuff together. There they are. And
there had not been another man prior to that.
Not in the house, no. And she, the next day, called and said, I can't just do this. And so for 4 years-ish, we didn't speak.
You're a bit of an apostle for a while, because sometimes I was just fatigued and frankly didn't want to tell anyone that, you know, that I was gay, and I just wanted to, like, you know, put on earphones and read a magazine on the plane. But other times I was like, all right, let's, you know, have this conversation, because there is something frankly also fatiguing about using gender neutral phrases for your partner and things like that. So, but coming out across the country was sort of this gift that I got too.
I didn't know I was gay until it all happened in a moment at the restaurant I was working at. This girl walked by and I was like, oh. That happened in a moment. And I mean, I was in front of a ice machine. And my whole life just made sense in a moment, like, oh, that's what that was, that's what that was, that's what that was. But I didn't, up until, it wasn't that I wasn't ready to be what I was. I didn't know what I was. I had no idea. And it was just this incredible sense of relief, and then this just fear. Now, Megan and I are together. We've been together for 3.5 years, and it's just not a thing anymore. Like, it's just not a thing. I have 2 nieces, and I'm Auntie, and she's Auntie Megan, and we just stopped talking about it.
I identify myself as bisexual. So as I was growing up, I knew I always liked girls. But then in high school, there was this one guy, and I was like, and I got this like exotic feeling, and I was like, oh shit, I think I like a guy. What does this mean? I mean, I just thought it was a white thing, you know, to be gay. Like, right, the media. And my mom, like, you know, didn't really acknowledge what gay was until she converted from Buddhism to Christianity. So because of the Chinese background, where like she's already very conservative, her converting into Christianity like made her even more conservative, and like people at church started spreading rumors about me and how I must be gay. I have to, like, you know, go through all these like trials of being purified, and I have to, like, you know, just go to church every single Sunday.
Being saved.
Yeah, being saved from being gay, pretty much. So my mom at the time questioned me, and I told her I wasn't, because the look on her face, like, I remember, like, she looked like she was, like, her entire world was gonna fall apart.
I had an experience, you know, long after I had personally come out, where I've been working with kids since I was 20 years old in a variety of capacities, and I had had a few conversations with this one kid that I was working with, and then all of a sudden he came up to me and said, I'm gay, and the reason I'm able to come out is because of you. And I didn't realize I was getting emotional about this, but you know, and I sort of was, you know, supportive and open and happy for the kid, but in the back of my head I went, oh shit, I got a lot of responsibility here. Right. I got a lot of responsibility, because there's kids who are looking at me all the time.
We have a 5-year-old grandson, and from day one, he has been involved in our life, and with my daughters and my son-in-law and everything, and we're Papa and Grandpa to him, and he knows no different.
Right.
And I'm so happy that I'm not going to have to come out to him, but he knows us as 2 very loving individuals.
As a woman of color, that's what people see first. You know, that's what people will see first. You know, and then maybe, is she gay? Maybe, you know. But I feel I have to present myself in a certain way, in a positive way, and not be ashamed, be who I am, so other girls of color that may come through our program or the hospital can see, look, I'm happy, I'm out, I'm a woman of color, and it's okay. That's what I hope to bring. You know, I think that's why I came here, because, you know, I want to share who I am, and then, you know, sometimes people fear color. They fear it, you know, and I want to change that too, because there are fears. I don't want people to be afraid of me, you know. Get to know me, and I think that's the same for all of us here. Don't know me because of my race, my religion, my orientation, get to know me. You know?